Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame. If you can hear that music in the background, that is just all the little music that plays in the background of video game that I literally just started playing today. Didn't get to play that long because we had a random error message making it seem as though there's something wrong with the connection. And I'm like, I have amazing internet, so what's going on here? And something's going on with the servers, or at least it was earlier. But now it's back up, so I'm happy. But it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and it's crazy because I've had this game for at least a month and hadn't played it. Y'all, I was already late getting the game. So I got it for the discount that was like $30 to almost $40, which is amazing because if you're a gamer, full price games cost $60. So I was like, well, whatever. I'm busy anyway, so I didn't have a chance to purchase it before. So I was like, well, working a lot and all that. Y'all, oh, before I forget, I know some of y'all enjoy the shirts that I wear. This is a new shirt that I got yesterday. Gotta make sure y'all see it all. Yeah, I love Michelle Obama, and it's true. And I was like, wait a minute. So I got it. But anyway, y'all, this is going to be a thoughts video. I did good because normally I, talk for 2 minutes and then. Anyway, this is going to be a thoughts video, which some of y'all aren't new to, but I haven't done one in so long. Oh, Lord. So since I didn't watch part 2 of Married to Medicine yet, I went to sleep. I'm gonna do 2 movies that I've seen, and it's gonna be like a little bit of some spoiler in there, especially if you don't know the history of one of them. So yeah, just letting y'all know now. So I'm gonna be doing my own little thing on the Joker movie and Queen and Slim. I'm gonna start with Queen and Slim first because please don't, shoot the messenger. I feel like I'm gonna get crucified at the stake for saying this, but that movie was basically trash to me. In all honesty, when I saw the previews for it, I was like, yeah, I don't think this is something that I care about. It wasn't something that was on my list to be like, oh yeah, let me go watch this movie like literally at all. And then I would see, I guess she pronounces her name, Lena Waithe. She would go on various platforms and discuss it. Like I think I saw her interview on, I don't know if y'all are familiar with this. If you're not a gamer, especially if you don't play this game, y'all, it be doing the most. Like, at least to me. I don't know if it's just kind of me finally getting through to my head. I guess the game getting through to my mind and my head to be like, all right, now you got this game on, you need to play it. But it seems like the music gets louder and louder when you just let it sit there. Anyway, I digress. But anyway, like I said, Lena Waithe was going on these, I guess the press junkets and all that stuff, and she was really promoting the movie and all this other stuff. And so then I kind of was like, well, maybe let me see what it's talking about. So I watched it yesterday, I think. Yeah, it was yesterday. Yesterday was an amazing day. So I watched some TV shows, caught up on those, and then I was like, well, let me watch a movie. Y'all, my bad. Again. I'm telling y'all, I had so many distractions, like the one on my phone went off, anyway. I saw the movie, and I was like, okay, I'm watching it. I'm like, all right. And as I'm watching it, I'm beginning to realize why I didn't want to watch it. Because to me, like the previews, it basically just made it, seem like what actually was going on, which was, spoiler alert, this man and woman who don't even know each other went out on a date and they got pulled over. Granted, the situation was messed up, but at the same time, they went on this Bonnie and Clyde type of a situation and just, we gonna go and ride until the wheels fall off, and they literally get to where they're gonna go because they wanted to fly to Cuba. And it all fails as soon as they get out of the car of someone who's taking them to the plane. And I'm like, if I'm on the run, first of all, I was already looking at them like, okay, this is dumb to me. Throughout the movie, when they're on the run, first of all, they killed a cop. Apparently he deserved it because I think he killed some child that was innocent. It was like a Trayvon Martin type of a situation that happened, and they didn't know anything about it, but a lot of people were on their side. Some of the black, community was not on their side when it happened, but at the same time, I'm just like, okay. And you could tell. And then it was like, just with the traffic stop alone, y'all, this is the beginning of the movie. When the traffic stop happened, yes, it had snowed and all this other stuff. When it's snow outside, a lot of times, especially if it's nighttime, it's cold. The girl is like a lawyer. That's amazing. That's great. But don't talk to people with an attitude. And it's like, at the same time, like I can't even get my mind and my thoughts and my words to say what I really want to say, because like in real life, like this happening in real life is like, you setting yourself up to get shot. You setting yourself up to get killed to talk to anybody that's in a position like that, that's in an authoritative position like that. So y'all, she in the car talking back to the man. I mean, I understand, your rights and all that, but that there's a tone. There's a certain tone that you have to use and hope and pray that you get out of the situation, which is sad. And girl, you dark skinned on top. Both of y'all dark skinned on top of that. So I was just like, all right, now, first of all, y'all black. Second of all, y'all dark skinned. Yes, you're educated. But girl, like her attitude, she had like her tone. Everything she said, every time she said something, she had an attitude with it. Then it got to the point where he was, complying and doing what he needed to do. Then he got, asked to step out of the car. Only thing he had in the car was a knife in his, like a pocket knife or something in his glove compartment, which apparently is fine. And I was like, why did you tell him when you got out of the car that you didn't have anything in your car? And before he even got to that car, she was like, you got anything on you? Do you have any warrants? Like, what's going on? And so he was like, nah, like, I don't do anything. I've never done anything. I've never been in trouble. And then, like I said, he got out the car, and when he was asked that question, he was like, no. And I'm like, well, apparently you were lucky when you did reach for your license and registration and all that stuff out of the glove compartment that they didn't see the knife. And, he was being cautious, and he was like, I'm reaching for my this, I'm reaching for my that. And I'm like, yeah, that's good. You do that. But when he got out of the car, the guy was kind of doing the most, and he actually did ask if he could search the vehicle. He said, sure, that's fine. And then old girl, it's like she felt like it was taking too long. And he went in the trunk and all this other stuff, and he saw some shoes, and he was looking at them. You know how that has the little stuffing and stuff in the shoes. And then he had the nerve to say, can you hurry up? Soon as he did that, my eyes got buck like, boy, you finna die. Like, why would you say that? So I'm looking like, how is there a rest of a movie when he off rip and said, can you hurry up? Why are you telling somebody, can they hurry up? And so he was like, what'd you say? And he was like, I'm asking, can you hurry up? It's, it's cold out here. And I'm like, yes, it's cold outside, but who says that to somebody who got a gun on them? You said you don't have no weapons on you. You don't do nothing. You've never been in trouble, but you just told this man, can you hurry up? I was already like, straight 1, 2, and 3 they've been surpassed at this point. And I was just like, you lucky you still breathing at this point. So, eventually things escalate, and the girl done got out the car, and she's still being, saying the things she's saying. And I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, no. Have we learned nothing? Have we learned nothing from things that have happened in the past? I don't even want to bring up because it's going to make me cry a little bit. Despite you knowing your rights, it's just, like I said, it's her tone told my nerves. I'm like, girl, all y'all finna die. Like, why would you talk like this? So then it gets to the point where he ends up training his gun on them. And he told him to get on his knees. He got the gun on him. She done got out of the car. I'm like, girl, you bold. Like, because most people would have been like, I hear the door open. Let me swing the gun over on you and shoot real quick because didn't nobody tell you to get out the car. So she hopped out the car and was like, what are you doing? Went off. I said, oh Lord, everybody finna die. So it gets to a point where he got the gun trained on him, and he was like, look, listen to me, just keep the gun focused on me, keep her out of this, whatever. And she keep on talking, and I was like, oh no, don't nobody got time for this foolishness. And so it gets to the point where I'm already feeling like, yep, somebody gonna get shot. I don't know if it's gonna be him, her, both of them, or what, but at least one of them about to get shot. So apparently he shot at her, and I'm like, oh my gosh, no. So then it gets to a point where he's looking like, wait a minute, he just shot this girl. So he looking at him like, what? Wait a minute, you shot her. And like, they start tussling. The gun is like, you know, knocked into the snow off to the side. They end up fighting, and, you know, they get into a tussle, and then he ends up shooting and killing the officer. And so there's quiet, and everybody's looking like, okay, what is going on here? And then so she's like, are you okay? And he was like, no, are you okay? And then he's like trying to do the right thing, so to speak. And he's like, yeah, I'm not going nowhere. He's hurt, you know, he's dead. You know, this is something that just happened. And my thought process again is like, oh Lord, he just killed him. I bet he got dash cam footage. He might actually have a body cam on him. Despite what's going on, my thing is, I was like, oh my gosh, this is too much. Maybe if he turns himself in, his family can somehow secure an amazing lawyer if the actual undoctored video footage is put out there. No, she was like, nah, we gotta go. Anybody got time for that? He looking like, what you mean we gotta go? He looking like, I got family. Don't you got family that you want to see? She looking like, nah, I ain't got no family back there. I don't care nothing about that. So they end up basically going on the run. And then like while they're on the run, they actually run into an off-duty like sheriff in Kentucky. And I'm looking like, wait a minute, where did they start off in? And I was confused. I'm like, you way in Kentucky. Like, is this one of these situations like here in Virginia where I live? Because I'm not from here. I'm from Alabama. I know that like the route of the mail route is ignorant. Like, I literally can order something that's above me in Ohio. It'll go past me here. When there are several facilities here in this state, it'll go past me, go down to North Carolina, and come back up to me. And it's like, what do you mean? But I could order something, or my parents could send me something from Alabama. I get it in a day, maybe two. And it's like, what in the world is going on here? So I'm trying to understand the way that they went, trying to go on their little, you know, exit out of here to try to get out of here, because there's now a manhunt, of course, and they know what their faces look like. They started plastering their faces everywhere. They know the type of vehicle, all this stuff. Cool, whatever. I'm trying to understand for the life of me, why is it that we are stopping places that have nothing to do with gas and saying, well, you know, and my thing is, yeah, I get the one small side of it, which is, you know, we may never get to experience anything again because we're going to get locked up, or we might get whatever. But it's like, you're wasting time. They stopped various places where they could have just went on a little bit further. Y'all, to make this long story short, like I said earlier, they got to the plane, the man dropped them off, and I was just like, but yeah. It was just a situation where it was like, okay, y'all know time is of the essence, and they will be closing in on you. Even if you're being careful, meaning that, you know, she got rid of their phones, all that stuff that you're supposed to do, she did that. They actually were doing well enough to have gotten away. But like I said, the last person dropped them off. Soon as he pulled off, fleet of police, sheriff, or whatever vehicles came. They all came, and you heard the sirens. They literally, I'm like, why y'all looking at the plane? And all, I would have been running. I would have been like, no, bruh, drop me off at the door, something. Like, no, don't nobody have time. Like, he dropped them off, and I mean, I get it, but the plane, it hadn't even started up yet. Like, y'all, I was just like, nope, my My thing is, you should have lived in the moment of, okay, they might, I feel like they could be 2 minutes away from here. Why wouldn't y'all be running towards the plane? And that's exactly what they did. They just like, oh my gosh, the plane is right in front of us. Let's walk slowly with our hands intertwined. And I was just like, oh no. And as soon as they had that one little thought they had a breath of fresh air and a sigh of relief, lies. Y'all, they came and then they just seized right up. They already knew what it was gonna be because they were nowhere near, like they didn't have an opportunity to try to run, like neither one of them, like that's how close the police were. And I was just like, this is dumb. like the whole movie, I just was like, this is dumb. This is dumb. Like I'm really trying, but this is just stupid. Y'all, I can't do it. I was just like, nope, Sat up there. They told them what they needed to do. They needed to surrender, put their hands up. And she said, I'll never let your hand go. While she's in the middle of talking to him, one of the women officers randomly just shot her and killed her. I was like, excuse me. Y'all almost choked again. I was like, wait a minute. And I mean, they actually did have a scene where they, I guess consummated whatever relationship that they were going to create out of thin air. It made no sense because they'd only literally just had that first date that day. And I was like, okay. I mean, this is like the course of a couple of days, but still. They didn't know each other. The date didn't go that well as far as I was concerned because she was up at it in. So I was just like, you over here about to risk it all for a heifer you don't know. I can't. So anyway, when they shot her and killed her, he was shook. And he picked her up. They told him, if you take one more step, because he was like, well, let me go ahead and pick her up and walk to them with her. Like he literally was unarmed at this point. If he wasn't, then it's like he only had her in his arms. They told him, you need to put her down and whatever, comply, all this other stuff. Man, they riddled his body with bullets. I said, Lord, have mercy. Don't nobody have time. Y'all, they had the funeral. Oh, Lord, her uncle was out there looking like Nicky Barnes and all them other Frank Lucases and all that other world. And he lived in, I forgot where she said he lived. But yeah, it was just, y'all, I was just like, why did I watch this foolishness? Why? And then like the day before, the car that the uncle had allowed them to basically have, it broke down. So they needed like, I forgot what it's called, y'all. My daddy was a mechanic for state of, but I can't even think what the name of the stuff was. Anyway, the daddy, the man who actually owned the company, he was like, oh, well, you need this, that, and the other. This is what the situation is. And he charged them like all the money they had, basically. So they were like, nah, we need a car today. And of course he knew who they were. The son was in all of them and all this other stuff. And he was gonna be a part of a protest. Y'all, this fool went and got killed because he actually rolled up on a police officer. It was a nice police officer and told him like, you shouldn't be here, whatever. The boy done went all pulled out a gun and killed that man point blank. I said, boy, what's wrong with you? Like, y'all, it was too much. But anyway, both of them got killed in the end. I was like, this is dumb. I cannot. Why did I watch this? Anybody else felt that way when they saw this? I was tired in my spirit. I was just like, I knew I shouldn't have watched this. I just knew it. Like, no, it was just dumb. Like things in real life that you shouldn't do, especially when you know you haven't done anything wrong initially. Like initially, it's just like, do what you need to do, answer the question you need to ask. Maybe you'll get to go and, live to fight another day. In all honesty, the way it started off when he gave her what happened for them to even get stopped, y'all. It's crazy because it was his fault. He gave her his cell phone and he ended up trying to get it back from her. And so he swerved a little bit. And so apparently he made a turn and then he didn't really slow down or stop when he made that turn, or he didn't signal or something, and he swerved. That was the truth. So then when he did that, when he took his information back to his car, he, did the little all call thing and called it in and said, might be a DUI situation. At the end of it, I was like, oh no, you done went off. And he already told him that he don't drink, which he actually didn't. So That was crazy. But yeah, y'all, y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all thought about that movie, because I never even wanted to see, like, I never had that on my radar to watch. And I'm just like, I could have been catching up on some other shows that I hadn't seen that I know I love and enjoy. Could have been watching other movies. But yeah, I was like, no. Anyway, I'm gonna come back because this may ended up being so long I can't even combine the other movies. And I actually remember another one that I saw and I actually was like, whoa, that was good. Anyway, I'll be back. I hope y'all have a good one. Bye.